All right, Manohar. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Moving on to some other news coming in. Statement of completion of fuel control switch inspection July 22, 2025. That's the statement that I'll be reading out. Air India has completed precautionary inspections on the locking mechanism of fuel control switch FCS on all Boeing 787 and Boeing 737 aircraft in its fleet. Boeing 737 aircraft are part of the fleet of Air India Express, Air India's low-cost subsidiary. With this, the two airlines have complied with the directives of the DGCA issued on July 14, 2025 in the inspections. No issues were found with the said locking mechanism. Air India had started voluntary inspections on 12 July and completed them within the prescribed time limits set by the DGCA. The same has been communicated to the regulator. Air India remains committed to the safety of passengers and crew members. That's what the statement has revealed. Joining me on the telecast is Anand Singh. Anand, statement has released by Air India that there was no, the fuel control switch check has been completed.
Yeah, look, even as the fuel control switches on the Boeing planes have become a matter of concern as in the preliminary report of the Ahmedabad AI-171 crash, it was highlighted that how the fuel switches were put on cut-off mode, serving both the engines of fuel supply. So clearly, the Air India has now issued a statement in which it said that it has completed the precautionary inspections of the locking mechanism of the fuel control switches on all Boeing 787 and Boeing 737 family aircraft in its fleet. And so clearly, it said that the Boeing 737 aircraft are part of its Air India Express fleet, which is one of the low-cost carriers of Air India. So clearly, it has said that during inspection, no issues were found with the said locking mechanism, that is the fuel control switches of these aircraft. And it said that Air India had started the voluntary inspections on July 12 and completed them within the prescribed time limit set by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, that is the India's civil regulator for aviation industry. And it said that the same has been communicated to the DGCA also. And it also made a commitment that Air India remains committed to the safety of passengers and crew members. Remember, the fuel control switches have become a talk point once the AI-171 that involved Boeing 787 Dreamliner had crashed on a BJ Medical Hospital building in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, just 2 kilometers after Sardar Vallabhbhai International Airport, from where it had taken off and exploded, and more than 260 people had died in that crash. And the preliminary report that was filed by the AIB had highlighted that how the fuel control switches were put on cut-off mode instead of the run mode within a gap of 1 second. So clearly, it has become a matter of concern for all the airlines, and that is the reason why the DGCA had asked all the airlines to inspect the fuel control switches mechanism, the locking mechanism especially in the Boeing planes. Back to you, Riya.
All right, Anand, thank you so much for sharing those details and joining on the telecast. But meanwhile, viewers, that's a wrap for the bulletin. We'll slip into a short break.